Reports of a disturbance in the world of athletics. All units, fan out.
Yes, families, we're back out here on the track, ready to film another episode. So excited with all the things that have been happening with athletics in the last few weeks. Let's go. What?
Athlos is coming to London!
Okay, damn. Oh my gosh. Athlos is coming to London. Now, you guys know how much I stand Alexis Ohanian and his wife and the kids. And the amazing news that Athlos is coming to London this year was just amazing. It was amazing. The news was amazing. It was amazing. I was amazed. We will be out there. We'll be going to get our tickets. If you haven't got your tickets already, tickets are open. Please get them. Come and see us. Shout out the Mix Zone. Shout out everybody that you know. Bring everybody. Tell everybody to bring everybody. Let's make Athlos the biggest league on earth. Now, we've seen the start of the Diamond Leagues this year, and of course, they have been amazing. It's always interesting when the Diamond League starts because a lot of athletes have already been up and active and doing their thing in their various countries on the collegiate scene. But it's really exciting when they all come together and show they can really do on that world stage. So the Diamond Leagues kicked off in China last month, and we had an epic battle in Shanghai. Now, we always love the 400 meters here at Fanathletics TV. Obviously, that was my event, or one of my events when I was in school. It was a slow start to the year for Sawa Inasa, one of my favorite runners of the last few years. And in fact, it's a slow start for a lot of the 400 meter runners. But the story of the Shanghai Diamond League undoubtedly was the enormous second furthest in history throw of Jessica Schilder in the shot put. She threw a 21.09. That's the first woman over 21 meters since literally in this century. And I was so excited to see it. Jessica Schilder has been on the podium many times, battling away with Chase Jackson now, formerly Ely, battling away with Sarah Mitten. But for Jessica Schilder to actually hit that mark and to, rise to the top of that list, that elite list at this time as well, going into a year where we have the European Championships coming up, was amazing. And we were really happy to see it. And her excitement was palpable. In the men's 800 meters, we saw every coach's nightmare. Hangura was winning, but Mark English, that stalwart of the Irish team, English and the Irish team, I know, right? Came through just on the line to beat him. Hangura, don't celebrate too early. Hangura, better watch that. 580 would clear up most of the pole vaulters at the Shanghai Diamond League. Corrales did actually make several attempts at 6 meter plus jumps. I think he probably cleared 6 meters 20 almost, but hitting it just on the way down. It was a bit upsetting because we wanted somebody to challenge Armand Duplantis and hopefully someone that can take it to him at the European Championships. Now, he seems so far out there, but is he? Watch that space. It was the return of Shawnee Miller-Uibo, though, this year that really set the track alight at Shanghai. Now, she didn't win. Shericka Jackson just said, I'm back to form now. I'm just going to keep these ladies behind me and remind them who's the boss. But Shawnee Miller-Uibo, with that signature home straight power that she has, really showed in the Shanghai Diamond League, and we can't wait for a rerun of it at Xiamen. Now, the Australians are out in full force this year. It's the Commonwealth Games, and in some of the events, particularly in the women's distance events, it's really Australia versus Kenya, they would feel. And so they've sent 5 of their women over to China for the 2 Diamond Leagues. Now, Abby Caldwell would come out on top. Where was Claudia Hollingsworth? Lyndon Hall's coming back to form, and of course Jessica Hull, who's contending in several of the distances, wasn't up to full form at Shanghai, but we know she will be, and we're excited to see what happens next week. Christian Che would throw a 70.58 meters, which was amazing. Really excited to see the big guy throw out some big shots. It's been interesting to see him over the last couple of years since he burst onto the scene. Now with the emergence of Miklos Alekna, the son of the former world record holder, who is now himself, you know, a record holder in his own right. To see Christian Che, Matt Denny, Stoll, all of those guys contend with these new people on the scene when it's been these guys for a while. Christian Che was the young pretender, now he's one of the veterans. So let's see what happens throughout the rest of the year. Now, the men's 100 meters is another place where the Aussies think that they have some real contenders on the world stage. And when I say think, they do. Lachlan Kennedy did well to maintain his form in the 100 meters. He has a great metronomic style that if you want to see almost perfect 100-meter run from start to finish, go and watch Lachlan Kennedy. Now, many people will say, well, if he doesn't have the time, it's not perfect. But he's a sub-10 runner, and he's getting better, and he's holding his own amongst these, you know, really well-established runners like Ferdinand Omanyala. Now, Omanyala has been a great pretender to the crown for a long time. He's run some fantastic times, been world lead on several occasions, although, you know, by the time we get to the championships, that is often surpassed. But Ferdinand has really shown himself to be ready to compete at all times, and he's in China. Now, he did great to maintain for second place, but it was Gift Liotlela who really came through for first. And I actually was in a little spat online a few days ago, actually, and I called him for second or first, and somebody said, oh, we'll see how that ages. Well, I'd say beautifully, wouldn't you? I'm not gonna call the guy out. You know who you is. Now, it was new hair, don't care, in the men's 300-meter hurdles, a newly ratified distance by World Athletics. Dos Santos with his braids, Carson with his little buzz cut. Come on, boys, come on, reinvention. Hey, Madonna said it works, so, and she old, right? Oh, shit, I'm supposed to say that. Oh, no, I didn't say that, I swear. What? It was actually Dos Santos who came out on top. And his new form and that strength and his body, as you can see, he's getting a lot of bulk now. He's gaining, he's doing that work in the gym, he's working on his strength, and now he's working on his 200 meters as well, we hear. So he's really taking it to Carsten at that back end when Carsten is usually so strong. So we're really excited to see what happens throughout the rest of the season. Now, the Shanghai Diamond League would close with a hugely competitive 100 meters hurdles. We had the Olympic champion, the last 3 world champions, world indoor champion, and we had the Diamond League champion. Come on, Akira Nugent. And not forgetting Megan Tapper, the Olympic bronze medalist from Tokyo. Never to be forgotten, never to be overlooked. Devon Charlton would run a PB, one that we've been long awaiting, the 12.38. However, it was the Olympic champion, Masai Russell, who would take it, with Toby Amundsen finishing with that signature dip in 3rd. It was a great finish to the Shanghai Diamond League, and we didn't have long to wait because what happened? Oh, wait, Xiamen followed right after. This episode on The Mix Zone, we are inducting Jessica Skilder into the Fanthletics Track and Field Club. Come on, Jessica, you know it had to be you, right? Come on, the furthest throw since 1999, 21.09. We've watched Chase Jackson, Ely, and Sarah Mitten, and many of the other shot putters try to aim for that 20 meters as a benchmark for getting onto the podium at championships. But that 21 meters has always seemed elusive, if not completely unreachable, definitely elusive. So to see someone throw 21 meters plus was really, 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 really superb. And we're so excited to induct her into the club. You're welcome. No. Yes, that's the one. God, man. Shoot.